So we're back for day 5, and we're working into your neck and your shoulders. Items of your body that we'd really like to preserve, and ideally make a little bit stronger, certainly if you are spending any amount of time on Zoom these days. I have seen a number of, I'd say infomercials, but they're on social media, so whatever you call them, like talking with hands and only 30 days left. The good news about this practice is it's a life practice. So it didn't matter when you found your mat, how long you've been away from it, here you are and you got the rest of your life. So no stress, no time limits. Grab a strap. If you don't have a strap at home, you can grab a scarf, you can grab a belt, a sheet, towel. You just want to find something long enough so that as you move your arms above your head, you can extend elbows, right? Extend the arms reaching, as well as support your wrists being fully extended. So if you need to pause, go ahead and grab something. You want to be able to drop the shoulders. And I promise plenty of work around the corners. Always in my classes, plenty of movement, plenty of work. So again, it might not feel like all that much as we get started, but trust your body, trust the practice. And here we go. So with arms a little extended, right? If you've gotten your strap, we don't want to death grip on this sucker. We're just moving the arms out. Whenever you feel you can drop the shoulders and let gravity do most of the work, that's where you want to be. You got to hold the strap, obviously, so your hands don't slide. So there's a tiny bit of work, but really want to start to bring your mind in and around the shoulder joint. So this isn't going to feel like the massage you're looking for to correct the last 7 months, I'm sorry. But it is probably more effective for your shoulders and your neck. So to the degree that you can move your heart a little bit forward, right? Notice how that's just really going to move your shoulder blades a little bit behind you, roll them down away from the ears, and then we're going to start to lower the strap behind you. You're going to feel that a little bit in the shoulders. You still want extension out of the elbows. Maybe you got a little stretch happening in the biceps, forearms. Pause when you get parallel to your shoulders, so arms are in line with them. And then if it feels okay, you're going to lower a little bit lower and a little bit lower. So long as you keep a little tension on the strap, we don't want to lose that consistency of the stretch and strength that you feel in and around the shoulder joint. So as you come up slowly, make sure you can feel the strap come above your head, re-roll the shoulders down. And without moving your spine or your torso, we're moving the arms, right hand is reaching, left arm is down. You can press a little into the strap to engage the shoulders, just the tiniest bit. Articulate, really rolling that right shoulder down. Draw up through the crown of your head, so you're going to draw some length both sides of the neck. Remember, we want to maintain that little bit of stretch, intention on the strap as you come up and over, right? Feeling that right side release. Again, as you situate the arms, articulate, rolling that left shoulder down. You don't want to draw your head away too much. There's a lot of stretch happening as we've discussed over these last couple of classes. You're not looking to exaggerate the stretch. We want to support it with the engagement, right? This coactivation of strength. And then slowly coming back through center. Pause to drop the shoulders and then lower the strap. You want to place that somewhere near the front of your mat because we're going to come back to it. For now, you're going to take your fingertips, press them gently into the side of your head. So not on your temple. And you're going to start to, again, butterfly that elbow out, shoulders down. Maybe press those low ribs a little bit forward. Belly is in, you're pressing forward. And you don't want to move your head over, right? We're not trying to move the whole body or press our head in the other direction. Just consistent activation. We want to turn these muscles in the neck on to support all several pounds of your head. And really, more so now when you start to release it, you can feel almost a gentle connection, right? That almost like effervescent sensation of insertion and origin. So where your muscles connect. Other side, press into the side of your head. Again, shoulders roll down and away from the ears. And you're breathing, pressing just enough to activate neck muscle. Again, we want to support the head and the shoulder girdle. And more importantly now, as you slowly start that release, just that effervescent sensation of the actual muscle. And so you're going to take both sets of fingers, press behind you, right behind the head, base of the skull, butterfly the elbows out, heart presses a little forward, and you're going to tuck your chin, right? Give me some neck rolls. Not the kind where you're rolling your head around, but literal neck roll. Yep, you got it, you good? And you're going to start to press back into the fingers. In fact, you can recline a little bit, engage the belly, so that as you lift your gaze, you're kind of staring at where your ceiling meets the wall. And you can press a little more into the fingers this time. Notice how the engagement's in between the shoulders. And then as you come back up to seated, gently release. So you want to maintain what you have here, this little bit of structure. It's called Tadasana. Shoulders are down and back, head and neck is supported. You got lots of length there between the ears and the shoulders. Remove any prop you had out from underneath you. And we'll plant the palms. You're going to come right into your downward facing. So curl the toes, lift the biscuits, maybe take a little bit of bend in the knees, and we're going to step that right foot forward, low lunge. Grab the strap. This time we're lengthening arms. You can bring something underneath the left palm if you'd like. You want to be able to press into the strap. So this time looking to engage triceps, elbows reach 2, rinse the shoulders, lift a little out of that left palm, and windmill up to warrior 2. So again, we're looking for a little extra strength here, and then slowly into what's called side angle lunge. You may be familiar with it. You're going to slide slowly towards more of the lunge part of it today. You can always bring something underneath the palm, but keep with a little bit of buoyancy, and we're extending slowly into triangle. This whole time, as you squeeze knees now, we're looking for side body strength, but more than anything, engaging the arms, pressing into the strap, and maybe you're starting to notice the rest of your joints are following along as you come back through warrior 2. Go ahead and reverse. Keep that little bit of tension on the strap, and then as you exhale, release both the strap and palms to your mat, pausing your high plank. Knees can be up or down, but take a moment to notice the shoulders. Chaturanga low, and then we'll take a moment to open the heart. Find that Tadasana foundation. The length between shoulders and ears and hips are up and back. Left foot steps, low lunge. Right, we're finding the strap. Hands slide, in strength. 3. You're gonna lift a little out of that bottom palm, 2. And we're gonna windmill up and open. 3. Active. 2. Remember, make sure that front knee is over the ankle, give or take. Left hip is under. And as we start to move towards side angle lunge, right, creating that long line of energy through the side body, through your back leg, and using that strap for a little bit of resistance here, noticing if perhaps over time the rest of your joints don't follow. As you start to extend that front leg on track, keep in mind you can always keep a slight bend in the knee, but we're really working supporting the neck and shoulders in your head, so maybe place the gaze somewhere. You feel like you've activated those neck muscles. And as you come back, slow reverse. Exhale to release. And we'll take one more chaturanga, or maybe not. Maybe it's high plank, downward facing. Start to walk yourself towards the middle of your mat, and we'll sink into Malasana Squat. So that shoulder foundation is really what we're looking to articulate. It's less about taking flight per se. So as you come into crow, don't worry about flying. Your toes might lift, you can bring them down, you can hover them on the mat. You're gonna set up the basic squat, your Malasana pose. We're gonna extend the arms so that you're Again, elbows, triceps are on top of your knees. So not inside, not outside, right on top. Extend the arms. So ditch any expectation. Focusing on the strength of shoulders, supporting long spine right up to the base of your skull. Remember the balls of your feet? As you rock forward, come onto them. Find your palms, walk your gaze up to see like the front of your mat-ish. And as you press off the balls of your feet, you're gonna bend the elbows. Now, as your butt lifts, because it's attached to your spine, if you lower the head, the butt will lift. So again, it's about balance. But even if your toes don't lift or you just don't want to lift them, that's okay. Press the shoulders, tuck the chin, and we'll breathe for 3, 2, and then slowly go ahead and release. Come onto your bum, come onto your back, and we'll set up one last pose, or maybe 2, maybe 3. Come on down. No thinking. So that's the beautiful thing about this practice. It's less about whether you were flying in crow or not. Maybe you're just a heap on the floor. I know you weren't thinking about your day, right? You're just trying to get your legs in the same sort of shape and remember to breathe, so no stress. Plant the heels. So remember, neck and shoulders, you can stick with bridge, which we've done, so maybe you're familiar with. Heels in line with the knees, everything in line with the hips. As you press those hips up, you can come onto more the tops of your shoulders if you'd like. Engage those buns of steel. If you've never taken wheel, you don't need to come all the way up, but a good place is to start with a supported bridge with the heels of your palms. So if you come onto the balls of feet and kind of rock one side to the other, you get the heels of your hands underneath your hips. Your fingers would wrap around the waist. This is a real starting point for a sound wheel. You could stay here, or as you come back, keep your hips nice and high. Fingers are going to plant by your shoulders to face them. As you plant the palms, elbows stay above, so they're not going to fade out. And really, it's about your legs and your glutes. So as you come onto the top of your head, think less about extending the arms, right? This is supported mainly by the press in the hips that we've taken a couple of times now. So think less about extending the arms like a push-up, more about pressing the hips. And if and when you're ready, tuck your chin and gently come on down. So one of the building blocks to get that range of motion in the shoulders is what we're going to take. So you're going to take a block. You might take 2 blocks. And you're going to place them underneath your shoulders. Now you can take just a couch cushion or a bolster if you have them. And it might be a little test drive so that as you sit back, you want them underneath your your shoulder. So shoulder blade a little bit lower. And then find a space where you can kind of roll yourself over your blocks or bolsters and just kind of release. So if you have a little bit of time, maybe this feels good, maybe because it's opening your heart of your shoulders, your spine, your neck. Maybe it's just good to lay on the floor and you want to go all the way towards Shavasana. But if you're off to something, you're going to tuck your chin. Maybe reach out in front of you, activate the belly, and come up to seated, nice and supported. Wherever you're off to, keep in mind that you can always come back to these videos, right? There are some of these postures like the bound half moon that we did that was maybe a little adventurous, I guess you could say. People are like, oh, don't put that in, don't put that in. Well, I don't know, there's foundation and everything, and so why not, right? Like I said today, even if you were falling over sideways, trying to figure out where your leg was and balance on the other one, you're not thinking about your day or your laundry or the next meeting. So it's really one of the biggest benefits of this practice, of which there are many. Right? So just remember, a little dab will do you. Taking the 15 minutes for you, even if you just laid in Shavasana, has benefits. So be good to yourselves, and I will hopefully see you soon. Toodles.